Hey, what's up, guys? I'm coming to you real quick. Day after the Keith Thurman versus Josesito Lopez fight, and my initial opinion on this fight is a great fight. I mean, that's very cliche, but it really was a great fight. Um, it was the kind of fight that boxing needs now. It was the kind of fight that you could almost say is old school fight, you know, in the sense of you have a fighter that obviously won, but the other fighter was still fighting to win. You know, we don't really see that much anymore. We usually when we see a dominant fight, it's just all one-sided. And that's what this fight was, but in a way, the other guy still could have won because he was still game. He was the whole fight. He was still coming at him, still throwing punches, still swinging hard, uh, throwing a punch back after he gets hit. He was game, and even though he didn't win on the cards, he did hurt Thurman severely in round 7. That was the one round where I actually gave him a 10-8 round for I gave Josesito a 10-8 round simply because he hurt him so much to where uh, he almost got knocked down, and I think the ropes actually helped him up on one of the punches. But to be honest, I only gave Josesito 2 rounds, rounds 8 and 9. Uh, I mean round 7 and 8. My fault. I'm looking at my scorecard real quick. Now, I did mark a couple of the first. I marked three. Round 4 was questionable. That could have gone to Josesito, and possibly 3. But other than that, it was pretty. It was pretty much all Thurman. Keith Thurman did seem to have a little bit of ring rust, because of the fact that he couldn't exactly put the work in like he was in the first couple rounds throughout the whole fight. Now, he was landing more punches, he was landing more combinations, but he was doing it while backing away, so they didn't have the same power. Whereas the first rounds, he looked sharp, he looked like he had no rust, but he possibly started to feel that ring rust around round 6, 7, 8. Those rounds where he has a fart. You can't really um what's the word I'm looking for? You can't really copy those middle rounds, championship rounds in sparring and all that. Because you're wearing headgear, you're wearing different gloves and all that. So this is definitely a good. I think, in my opinion, personal opinion, I think it was a good performance by Keith Thurman, given that he was out for 2 years. And I think it's a great performance from Josesito because she was game all night. You see, the problem is with people is they keep saying, Keith Thurman didn't do that good because he got hit. If you remember the old school fights when boxing was at its peak in these weight classes, both fighters, no matter how dominant the fight is, were still getting hit so every once in a while. And that's what I got from this fight, was that we had a good fight, and a lot of people are over analyzing it, saying that Keith Thurman is this, Keith Thurman is that. But in reality, it was just a good fight. Definite win by Keith Thurman. See, I scored a 117 to 109. It was definitely a dominant fight in my opinion. Not in the sense of he beat the brakes off of him, but in the sense of he outboxed him, and he outworked him, and he also, I believe, he landed more punches. Now I'm not sure. I did put a little stats thing up there, but I didn't really look at it. But from what I saw, I thought Keith Thurman might have landed more punches. Um, but Josecito definitely hurt him bad in the 7th round. But either way, Keith Thurman definitely deserved this win. And for any of you who think Josecito won, you weren't scoring it fair. You were scoring it more on heart. But you know, it takes more than just respect to win a champ to beat the champions. So, well deserved win by Keith Thurman. Um, Now next, in my opinion, I don't believe that he should be going to fighting Manny Pacquiao. If he does, it's a great fight. But I believe that he would do better if he went out and to go fight a guy like Crawford or something. Because in my opinion, that's better stylistically to watch. A great fight between Crawford and Keith Thurman. Maybe not his next fight, but later on this year. In my opinion, I think everybody should give Manny the respect to give him a rematch with Mayweather. He did earn it. He beat uh, Broner convincingly. He's been active. He's been having good performances, and he deserves a rematch with Mayweather. So I don't think he should go and fight Thurman. Now, if he does, that's great. That just makes him even better if he wins. And that makes Thurman that can up his value also. It's also a big cash cow. But you never know with Thurman. We'll see. Um, and great performance by both fighters. They gave a great, entertaining fight. Good comeback from Keith Thurman, and hopefully Josesito gets another chance uh, to fight a big name. Shout out to Josesito. Very good fight. S to HSPSD and peace and love.